Great, folks, welcome, hello, Satnam, namaste. So glad you could take some time to tune out of the tech for a sec and tune into yourself. We're going to do some simple office yoga exercises. This involves stretching, breathing, and meditation that should be accessible to anyone of any age and flexibility. I do have to say I'm a trained yoga instructor, but I'm not there with you. So if you are feeling uncomfortable with something, I'll try to talk about some ways you could modify different poses or things that we do, but you do have to listen to your intuition. And of course, if you have concerns about anything, see your health practitioner or provider to address any of those. We have archives of everything so you could point them out and make sure that it's all good for you. That said, I think that everything we're going to do today, including drinking healthy water, is accessible and good. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. We're just going to sit for a moment and take a moment to consciously focus on shifting gears from whatever it was that you have been doing and will be doing, and we're going to kind of find a pocket of time here to melt into. So take a big breath in, hold the breath for a moment, close your eyes, take a big exhale out. We're going to do 2 more of those. Keep your eyes closed. Breathe in all the stuff that you've been working on. Exhale, let it go. It's going to be okay. We'll come back to it. One big breath in again. All that stuff you got to get to, breathe out, let it go. We're going to get to it all the more so. Okay. We're going to start off with some shoulder rolls. A lot of times we store tension in our shoulders. So we're just going to start real soft, lifting them up, rolling them back and down. All right, so just get going with that. I'll show you a few things as you keep moving. That action is you want to keep your head fairly level. So like this. And then behind, one thing you could do is you could start to pull your shoulder blades together. And that opens up the chest a bit more so that when you do it, there's a bit more of the opening of the chest. The reverse is true, that as you're doing these shoulder rolls, you could begin to slouch forward a little bit more, bending the back a little bit, and that should feel pretty nice. Most of the time in yoga, they talk about straight back, straight back. Sometimes we want to get in, to bending it a little bit. Okay, so do that for a moment. Now take a breath in, bring the shoulders up. Exhale, now go the other way. So I was going forward, so now I'm going to go backwards. And very slowly with the breath, usually breathing in and out, you find a pattern. It may be different for everybody, but it's important to move with the breath because you're less likely to tweak or twist something. And as we get into flexing more, I want to be careful of that. Good shoulder rolls, getting into it. Okay, now take a big breath in. Exhale up, squeeze. Exhale, shake it out. We're going to do some neck rolls. A few neck rolls each way. So pick one way and start. Probably inhaling as you go back, exhaling as you come forward. Should feel good. One more time around. And then go the other way. Rolling out that tension in the neck. You could hear some cricking, some moving. Some places may be stiffer than others, so breathe into those more as you're going around. Then take a big inhale in. Hold the breath. Inhale a little bit more. Hold the breath and a little bit more. Exhale, relax, shake it out a bit. And now we're going to do some arm rolls. So this starts in the wrists. I don't know if you could see this all the way. You're going to kind of do your wrists like this, and you're going to begin getting your arms, and then you're going to get your whole shoulder into it. It's kind of like you're swimming or you're dancing or something, and both of them. So like this in both directions. Let me step away so that you can see it a bit better. Like this. Okay, so it's moving the wrists, which is really good if we work at computers. And this may be something that you either get sore and you need to rest for a minute and then start back up again, or it just might not feel right. You might have certain joints or something. So eliminate whichever is painful. If it's shoulders that's hurting, you could just work on the wrists. If it's wrists that aren't really there, you could just kind of do a modified shoulder rub. So whatever is comfortable for you, but the full one would be like this. And now we're going to switch and go the other way. So the other way, kind of like you're swimming, dancing. You might look silly now, but this is really good. A lot of the lymph nodes in here don't move unless we circulate them. So I want to get all those going. Take a big breath in. Stretch, put the arms up. And then relax, shake it out. Sit for a moment. You should feel some release endorphins, of hormones, oxygen running through the body. Enjoy that for a moment. And now let's stand up. Okay. Oop, don't need that. Okay. So standing up, put your arms all the way out, outstretched, palms up at about this degree. Your feet are about shoulder width apart, pointing a little bit out. And just stand there and begin to breathe. Now you might need to make micro adjustments. One of the things you want to focus on is opening up the armpit. So opening that up, rotating the arms up. You can stretch the arm a little bit further out. If this gets sore, you have pain in your shoulders or different parts of the arm, maybe you're just doing one arm, but you want to not let the arms be down here, let them be up and open. And ideally, as you breathe, each time you stretch a little bit more, even micro stretches where you don't even see your body move that much, but it feels like you're moving, that's good. Inhaling, getting a little bit taller each time. Take a big breath in, stretch out one last time, and then relax. Again, this should release a lot of good feelings up in here. And now we're going to take that a little bit further, and we're going to do cat's claw like this. So your hands and palms are kind of tense, and then you're going to inhale the arms up and cross them, and exhale them back down, bringing them a little bit above parallel. So not dropping them all the way like this. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. You can breathe in and out through the nose. And we call this like windshield wipers for the upper chakras, right? Okay, so now as you're doing this, you could actually pick up the pace if you're comfortable, and arms are crossing, crisscrossing, different way each time to keep kind of the balance. You can begin to pick up the pace a little bit. Now, we're not going to do this too long. The arms might be getting tired. That's good. Begin, as you do it, stretch and kind of curl up into it. Tense the muscles a little bit so that you can feel the oxygen, the stretch. Burn in even a little bit is okay. Just a little bit longer. Now we're going to inhale and keep them crossed. Tight tiger's grip. Stretch all the muscles. And then exhale. Relax. Stand there for a moment, shake it out. That feel good? Feel pretty good, right? Okay, that was like the second part of it. Now we're going to do that with an added component, bringing in stretching the legs a little bit and doing squats at the same time. So as we are standing, arms outstretched, our legs are up, and then we squat down a little bit when we cross over. And let me just show you. Legs should be, feet should be pointed out a little bit more than shoulder width apart. When you squat down, they can come out. So you're not having to do a real tough squat like that, nice and easy. It's more just so that we can begin creating a pump action in the body. And that's going to be really good for getting everything moving. So start like this. Inhale up, stretch down, exhale up. In and out through the nose, breathing in and out. And we're going to keep doing this for a little bit because we want to create this pumping effect. And what you should feel is pumping through the legs. That should be bringing the energy up that you got from sitting there. And then you're going to pump it even higher up into the higher chakras as well with the arms stretching. And it should be a nice full body experience, but not too hard. And actually, you can tense the muscles, feel like you're gripping something with your hands, feel like you're gripping something with your feet and your buttocks a little bit more, and you'll see you get a little bit more out of it. A few more times. Big inhales through the nose and exhales. You want that oxygen moving. And then inhale up. Exhale. Whoa. And relax. Feel good? Yeah, that should have an effect. All right, next one we're going to do is coming down further in the body and working with the ankles. So if you have a chair or a wall, that's going to be ideal. And you're basically, there we go, okay. Okay, you're basically going to pick the ankle up, put against something you could put some weight on, and stretch into it. So you should feel stretch along the back of the legs. You don't want to fully hyperextend the knee, but you do want it to be nice and tight. And you could just micro adjust, wedge your way up in there. And not only should you feel a wall is a little bit better for this than a chair, it might move around. So let me put it where I can put some weight on it. There we go. And then let it go. Then we'll do the other foot. Oh. And just like the wrists, the ankles often don't get used or stretched to their full capacity. So it's nice to stretch them out a little bit and help yourself along. See if you could really flex that ankle, because ideally in yoga, we should just be able to stick the foot out and pull it back and, you know, stretch the toes apart and do all that. But we're just doing the office version to assist ourselves here. Help yourself along. Okay, and then relax. Now we're going to do the opposite. Just standing here, make a point tiptoe and stand there like this. And you might feel some stretching along in the calf, cramping, or you might feel great. And try to stretch the toes out just like you were stretching your hands like this. Then we're just standing there, toe pointed down. That. Nice deep breathing. Then let's do the other foot. Toe pointed down, stretching out. So it should really feel like this kind of motion. And again, in yoga, oftentimes or dancing, you'll point the toes really straight out. Okay, that good? All right, let's just rock a few times now to really get that in. We'll start with our toes up and then heels up. Toes up, heels up. And get into the breath. Now a long inhale up. Exhale, keep them up. Inhale, keep them up again. Exhale, keep them up again. One more time. Inhale, toes stretched up. Exhale, relax them. Now inhale, toes pointed. Exhale, keep on your tiptoes. Have something to hold on to if you want to try it without, just like this. One more deep breath. And then relax. Pull your butt muscles in a bit. Stretch it in there. Oh, give yourself a good butt massage. And then we're going to sit down for the last part here. All right. How's that feel? Good? Give yourself a little back rub. Yeah, a little shoulder rub. A little arm rub. Some people don't like to touch their face. My mother never did that much, but I like to get a good face rub in. The ears, the wrist rub. This is really helpful one too. Hand rub, back of the hand rub. Rub the legs. Okay, I think we're good. I'm gonna drink some water. Give me one moment, please. Okay, so like I've said before, there are a lot of different breathing and meditation types of exercises we could do. The most basic one is just close your eyes and slow, deep breathe, and that's going to relax you. Or if you need to boost yourself up, the short, quick, powerful breaths can have an increase in energy. In yoga, though, they talk about being able to breathe through different parts of the body. So they talk about being able to stretch them, right? Breathe into your armpits, right? And you're like, I can't breathe into my armpits. I can breathe through my nose and my mouth. Those are the options I've got. But it is true that we can actually, our skin is breathing all the time. So being able to focus on our skin and different parts of our body and different organs that are in different places behind our skin, we can actually, well, I don't know if we could help. It does create an experience, though, that you can be more aware of this oxygen flow in and out of your skin. So we're going to do a breathing exercise today called pore breathing, meaning that you're focusing, of course, you're going to breathe in and out through your nose, like this. But as you're doing it, you're going to imagine all of the pores of your entire body opening up. And now this we do not normally consciously control. Most people can't just think and open their pores, but you're going to imagine that this is happening. And then we're going to focus on increasing the oxygen flow in and out of these pore cells. So go ahead, find a comfortable place. You probably want to be sitting on the edge of your chair, not leaning like this, not slunched over too much, just stack nice and comfortable. Close your eyes and begin breathing in and out through the nose. There should be a pace that's already comfortable. Breathe into that. And focus on starting to make that breath a little bit longer each time. And as I talk, continue to breathe. Now, as you're doing these deep breaths, focus on the pores of your arms with your mind's eye. Your eyes are closed. And even if you have to pretend, go through the exercise with me of imagining that your pores are opening up and you can feel that oxygen intake and bypass. You might even experience a little bit of a tingly feeling. Now come up and see if you could create some space and see if you could have the pores in your armpit open a little bit. So your arms aren't closed, you create a little space there for them. Focus your attention on your back and opening up all the pores. If there are any energetic toxins or thoughts that you need to let go of, forgive in this process. Focus on your chest and your abdomen, all those pores opening up. And if other areas come to mind, go with that too. I'm just going to take you through a body scan here. I'm focusing on the neck and the ears, the inner ear pores, the scalp, all your scalp opening up. Face, all the pores of your face. Just relax all the muscles, just let the pores open. Now, for some, you may feel nothing, so don't worry. Just deep breathing is a perfectly valid, good use of your time doing office yoga. But for those who are still aware of this, you may begin to feel an experience around your body and go with that. Come down into your legs now. Even if you have clothes on, it's fine. Imagine them opening up, imagining air coming down into your legs. Continue the deep breathing in and out through your nose. Now, finally, as we end, focus on your feet, your ankles, the bottom of your feet. Imagine you have an ion bath. Those things feel so good. We can consciously affect these things. And now, just for the last moment, focus on your whole body, all of the pores of your body being open, cleansing themselves, bright, healthy, oxygenized, something like that. Okay. Now just sit and relax for a moment. Don't do anything consciously. Just kind of feel that take effect. You can keep your eyes closed. We're going to do a little bit of meditation before we end here, trying to keep these about 20 minutes. So these will be short. This will be 2 1-minute meditations. And you could extend these to 5 minutes if you want. You could extend them as long as you want if you have the urge. And water is important. Like I've said, there are different types of meditation. So sometimes we focus on calming the mind and stilling it. Sometimes we want to hone it in on a certain thing. Sometimes you could use chanting or singing to help you focus. There are different techniques. Sometimes mudras are involved. The one we're going to do today is we're going to focus on 1 minute of joy. So one of the meditation practices is actually being able to generate a tangible feeling of happiness and joy. Now, we often go through life and things make us joyful and we could experience that. But as a yogi, even an office yogi, you want to be able to push an inner button with your mind and be like, joy, right? Doesn't mean you don't have to address situations, but this is our meditation practice. So for 1 minute, so take a deep breath, close your eyes, and as a help, think of something that makes you happy. Again, even if you have to pretend, you want to have a tangible feeling, like an endorphin emotional reaction in your body. So even if you have to pump yourself up or force it a little bit, in this moment, it's safe. You're not going to have any horrible side effects from trying to be joyful for a moment. Force it. Focus on it. Use this moment, this minute. We've got a little bit less than a minute now of trying to create a joyful experience in yourself, imagining something that makes you happy. Force it yourself to smile or giggle, something that brings you joy or happiness, laughter, something sweet. You don't have to hold it for a minute, but try to go like 25 more seconds now of just holding that and harness that and know that you have the power to manufacture and create joy for no reason other than you want to experience it, share it, and remember that it is a part of your life. A few more seconds now, focusing. You may find that you're focusing so hard you squeeze a little bit. You may just be melting. Joy for a few more moments. And now relax. You can keep your eyes closed or open them. Folks, this is a really healthy one. When folks are learning meditation and they focus on stillness and just quieting the mind, sometimes it's healthier for them to just focus on trying to be happy for a few minutes. It can be very helpful. Now we're going to focus on something that's kind of the opposite. We're going to focus on stillness for a minute. So we're going to sit with our body, trying to be as still as we can. You're going to become aware of blood pumping or nerves sending signals in different parts of the body. Try to breathe into that. Slow them down. Begin now. Close your eyes. Try to slow everything in your system down. Your breath, your thoughts. Imagine all your thoughts have to now be forced through a small, narrow passage that just slows down. May even stop breathing a little bit, that's fine. We're almost halfway through. Mind on absolute stillness. Fluctuations in the body becoming still. A little bit longer. Focus. You can control this experience. Absolute stillness. Okay. Go ahead and rub your hands together. And rub them to your heart. Massaging this area can be very good for your health. Okay, and just sit there for a moment. Take a breath in. Thank yourself for showing up. Thank yourself for doing this. I thank you for coming. Exhale. Be grateful. Know that if you have to go back to a day, take a moment, maybe after this, to absorb it, let it sink in, have its effect, and keep doing it. You could do all this on your own and so much more. I really hope you enjoyed. I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast now, but if folks want to hang around and ask any questions, I am certainly happy to hang around in the chat now. So thanks everyone for coming. Stay healthy, be good. Namaste, Sat Nam.